James Comey has finally been indicted. And of course, the Democrats are very upset about this because it's further evidence of Donald Trump weaponizing the Justice Department, completely ignoring the Biden administration and everything the Democrats have done the last several years. And that's exactly what's going to be discussed today over on CNN with Ben Ferguson tearing apart the CNN panel. But before we get to these clips, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
You know, there are a lot of countries out there where the presidents get to use law enforcement to silence political dissent. The Chinese government does this. The Russian government does this. The Turkish government does this. The Saudi Arabian government. Do we want to be that? Is that what we like? Is that good? Are we going to keep going down that road? Or are we going to have a rule of law where...
I would have loved to have heard this speech from you when Michael Flynn was getting indicted, Rick Gates, George Papadopoulos, Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, Jeffrey Clark. That was all done under Democrats. And you guys are like, man, I tell you what now, the weaponization.
But, you know,
welcome to our world. Congratulations for finally joining us.
But you know it's a straw man because
it's not a straw man when you're holding people accountable for what they did.
Yeah, but that's just...
There's an abuse of power that happened in the last administration. I just gave you the names, and you're acting like they never did it.
Ben, do you think it matters? Do you think that it matters what those people were accused of doing?
I think it matters that you have on the record a former administration that went after people.
Okay, can you answer my question?
I'm answering your question. You just don't like what I'm saying.
Do you think it matters? Does it matter whether or not those people actually did the things that they were accused of doing?
I'll give you a great example of answering this question. When James Comey decided, I'm going to go into the Situation Room and I'm going to hang out with a guy and entrap him.
You could literally just answer that by saying, yes, it matters, no, it doesn't matter.
I go back to the facts.
Do you think it matters?
Well, I think the facts matter.
Do you think that, do you think that,
I said this last night,
when Michael Flynn was charged with lying to the FBI, does it matter whether he did it or not?
I think it's pretty clear they knew they were setting him up to lie.
When Roger Stone was charged and convicted of lying to Congress,
and they raided his house on live TV,
and lying to Congress,
that was going after your political
does it
opponent.
matter to you whether he lied or not?
I think it should matter when you lie to Congress.
So does it matter to you whether he lied or not?
I think we're talking about that right now with James Comey.
Yes or no?
I just said I think it should across the board.
All right,
but your argument is basically that they did something bad so we can do something bad.
Josh, hang on one second.
If it's bad, it's bad.
I don't even want to go down the road of the false equivalency. Now, on the other hand, some other people that you were just claiming were, politically persecuted were actually convicted. They were actually convicted.
Are you saying? Let me ask you.
So, do you think it matters whether or not that those processes were valid?
Of the whole list they give you, is there anyone on there you think, hey, you know what? They got a raw deal. I think the last administration went after them for political persecution. Do you think the way they set up Flynn and entrapped him and the way that James Comey got on stage and mocked it, do you not think there's a problem with that?
I think it's valid to add to this that Trump is expanding the list of people that he does not like. He's accusing the Soros Foundation, according to the New York Times, of things ranging from arson to material support of terrorism. That is what they're looking at.
Right. And Ben,
on college campuses.
I'm sorry, let me finish. This is why it is so maddening for Americans, because this deflection that you're doing, this false equivalency that you're doing.
Direct, bro.
No, I'm finished. She asked you a direct question about whether or not, if those things were true, whether or not you'd be upset about it. You went around this studio trying to avoid answering yes or no. To avoid answering yes or no, you ran around this table. That is why it's so maddening, because we have to sit here and watch you
guys responded
jump
to Trump's
through hoops.
Campaign and said it didn't
jump through hoops.
And you literally were doing it. You're getting FISA warrants. And you knew they were a lie. You literally said the Steele dossier was user-generated at the FBI, and then you weaponized it to go after Donald Trump to have a coup against a sitting president of the United States of America. And you want to lecture me right now about right and wrong? Like, come on, man.
Just because you talk loud does not mean you're right.
No, but that's the fact about the Steele dossier.
Just because you talk loud doesn't mean I'm going to let you continue to talk over me.
The Steele dossier was user-generated, and you used it to go after him.
And then I'll talk.
Go ahead.
Are you finished yet?
I'm just going to correct the record. You guys weaponize the government.
You're destroying the record. You're muddying the waters. You're constantly doing this, and you're destroying.
You tried to overthrow the will of the people with a Steele dossier that you knew was a lie.
Charles did that.
I was here during that time, and it was pretty awesome.
Is political persecution wrong or not?
Let's let somebody answer, and Ben, I'll let you respond, okay? I promise I will let you respond, but go ahead.
Well, I just don't understand what Trump actually thinks that he has to win out of this. Because if he has to explain it while Americans are losing their jobs, he's not winning. So, No, but the whole circle that you just did, you said if someone is, guilty, then they should be persecuted. If they're not guilty, then they shouldn't. We don't know. Sure. But what's happening here is you guys are setting up a very dangerous precedent. And no, I'm sorry. You think that we did all of the precedent setting. You think that
you guys went pro in it. And
President
political
Obama.
persecution.
I
Y'all
worked
went
for
pro.
President Obama. Yeah?
Yeah.
You think President Obama set up...
Were they not spying on Donald Trump's campaign?
Oh, my God.
Yes or no? It is a fact they were. Did they get FISA warrants? Yes or no? Oh, so then therefore it must be real, even though it wasn't.
So should we know what Russia is doing? Yes, 100%.
You accused Donald Trump of working with the Russians.
Hold on a
and
second.
you knew it was a lie.
All right, Ben, you lost your chance to respond because I
tried to work
asked you
with the
not to
Russians.
intervene, and you did.
Ben Ferguson was on fire in that segment because how does he begin? By listing all of the people that Biden administration actually went after. But of course, you have the Democrats saying, see, Donald Trump is now weaponizing the Department of Justice. But there's a big difference. The Biden administration was going after Donald Trump because they didn't agree with their politics. Donald Trump was going after them for possibly breaking the law in doing so. Okay, that is what's happening here. And James Comey, by the way, back in 2017, in his testimony before the Senate, actually said that, hey, after I got fired by Donald Trump, I actually handed off secret documents to be leaked to the media. So he's actually admitted to that part already, and that is, of course, one of his indictments. But of course, the Democrats still can't bring themselves to actually admit that, yes, the Obama administration spied on the Donald Trump campaign. The Steele dossier was basically enacted by the Clinton campaign and then used to investigate Donald Trump into his presidency and mar it and hold everything up for a couple of years. And then after Joe Biden got elected, what did they do? They couldn't leave well enough alone. No, they're going to investigate every single aspect about Donald Trump until they try to find something that they can nail him on. And of course, what did we get? The classified documents that only the president has the right to declassify and are now in his personal possession. Oh, I swear there's something about January 6th, right? What about calls to the Ukraine? Everything must be investigated. They were going after Donald Trump, and it was clear for everyone to see. And now that he's back in power, maybe I should actually investigate those people who are investigating me, even though I did absolutely nothing wrong. Because as is pointed out by Ben Ferguson and Abby Phillips, it shouldn't matter who breaks the law. We should be able to investigate all of them. And James Comey seems to be worth investigating at this point in time. Now, how will this all turn out? I really couldn't say. I've heard people talking about how the case is weak, but then again, you do have James Comey in his own admission saying that, hey, I leaked classified documents, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But either way, this is a long time coming. And for many of us on the right, we've been sitting around going, what happened to all those people that brought up all those false charges that Donald Trump actually beat? Shouldn't we do something about that? And now it's finally happening, and I'm tickled pink. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.